Have you ever helped someone wholeheartedly, only to feel used and discarded? Some people always seem to need help, but never want to change. So how can you tell who truly deserves your support and who absolutely doesn't? In a world that values compassion and empathy, choosing not to help someone might feel wrong, even heartless. We're raised to believe that if someone is struggling, we should extend a hand. But the hard truth is this: not everyone who asks for help deserves it. And if you can't recognize this in time, you may find yourself emotionally drained, taken advantage of, and losing faith in the power of kindness itself. Today's video is here to help you identify the signs and behaviors that reveal someone is unworthy of your support. These red flags don't just protect your time and energy, they empower you to give where it actually matters. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video that helps you live smarter, stronger, and with healthy boundaries. 1. People who manipulate and exploit others' kindness. Let's start with the manipulators, the ones who use guilt, pity, or drama to get what they want. They don't ask for help with sincerity, they strategize their struggle to provoke your sympathy. They tug at your heartstrings, tell tragic stories, and make you feel like a bad person if you don't help. But once they get what they want, whether it's money, time, or attention, they disappear. No gratitude, no reciprocation, just silence or entitlement. And what do they leave behind? A bitter aftertaste, a sense that your kindness was taken for granted, and worst of all, a little voice in your head wondering if it's even worth helping others anymore. 2. People who refuse to take responsibility. Those who never accept responsibility for their lives. Everything is someone else's fault. Their parents, the system, their bad luck. When you try to help, they don't grow. They just lean on you harder. You become a crutch, not a catalyst. Over time, you're not lifting them up, you're holding them up. Helping these people feels noble at first, but over time you realize you're feeding a toxic mindset, one of blame and entitlement. They don't improve, they don't learn, and they certainly don't appreciate the effort you're making. 3. People who are ungrateful. There are the ungrateful ones. You give them time, energy, maybe even money, and what do you get in return? Nothing. No thank you, no appreciation, sometimes not even basic respect. Instead of gratitude, they act like you owe them something. And here's the truth: when someone doesn't appreciate your help, they don't deserve your help. Gratitude isn't just a polite response, it's a sign of character. A person who lacks it doesn't just devalue your help, they devalue you. As we discussed earlier, helping the wrong people doesn't just exhaust your energy, it can actually strip your kindness of its true meaning. But it goes even deeper. Sometimes helping the wrong person means enabling the wrong behavior. When you continually support someone who shows no gratitude, no effort, and no accountability, what happens? You unintentionally reinforce their sense of entitlement. They begin to believe they don't need to change, grow, or be thankful because someone will always bail them out. Your kindness turns into a crutch, and with every act of support, the value of genuine help is slowly diminished. Then there are those who are given every opportunity to change, resources, support, guidance, and yet they consistently choose to stay stuck. Whether it's addiction, reckless habits, or plain apathy, they remain unwilling to help themselves. You can lead them to the ladder, but if they refuse to climb, your effort goes nowhere. Think of it this way: helping someone who refuses to grow is like pouring water into a bucket with holes. No matter how much you give, it never fills. Not because you're not enough, but because they won't hold on to what you offer. And most dangerously, there are individuals whose actions actively threaten others' safety and well-being, whether through violence, abuse, crime, or reckless negligence. These people pose serious risks to society. Assisting them without first addressing the root causes of their harmful behavior is like covering a ticking time bomb with a blanket. It doesn't solve the problem, it just delays the damage. Helping these individuals without discernment not only puts others at risk, but also undermines the very principles of justice and accountability. True compassion is not blind, It's courageous enough to say no when necessary. In conclusion, while the impulse to help others is admirable, not everyone deserves the help they seek. Those who manipulate, refuse to grow, show no gratitude, or harm others must be approached with caution. By learning to recognize these patterns, we ensure our kindness is directed toward those who truly want to change and contribute positively to the world. Does someone come to mind after hearing all this? Once you begin recognizing who doesn't deserve your kindness, the next crucial step is learning to remain silent, walk away, and set firm boundaries. You don't always owe anyone an explanation. You don't always need to defend your choice to step back. You don't have to justify why you're no longer available to be used. Remember, silence is a powerful language. When you choose not to react, not to chase, not to explain, you're sending a louder message than words ever could. I see your true nature now, and I've chosen to walk away. There is strength in that silence. There is maturity in that restraint. You've reached a point where you understand that not everyone deserves a seat at your table. When you don't flinch at criticism, don't argue back against lies, and don't chase approval, you are not weak. You are becoming a mystery, and a mystery can be intimidating. Mystery creates power. People fear what they can't figure out. Those who were once used to your kindness now realize they no longer have control over you. Those who took your help for granted now see it was a privilege, not a right. And in that moment, you reclaim your power, your peace, and your freedom. Now, you might be wondering, how do I stay silent and strong when I still have so much I want to say? We explored the quiet power of silence, not chasing, not reacting, not explaining. But let's be clear, this kind of silence doesn't come easy. It takes discipline, it takes intention, and most of all, it takes inner strength. You don't flinch, you don't chase, you don't explain, you simply become still. And in that stillness, you transform into something others can no longer predict. Silence isn't weakness, it's a conscious decision, a silent declaration that says, you no longer have emotional power over me. When you choose not to speak, you're not just creating physical distance, you're building emotional distance that unsettles the other person. Suddenly, they can't read you, they can't control you, and the truth is, they start to fear you. You, on the other hand, begin to feel peace. You no longer need to explain yourself to someone who refuses to listen. You no longer need to prove your worth to anyone. You just stand still, firm and emotionally free. This is what inner power looks like, and you can't fake it. It's forged in experience, awakened through pain, and strengthened by letting go of what doesn't serve you. So, the question is, how do you build this kind of unshakable inner strength? Emotional strength doesn't come from your appearance, your status, or your success. It comes from within, from the principles you choose to live by. Even when no one is watching, when you choose not to react to provocation, when you embrace silence instead of lashing out, when you refuse to be dragged down by negativity, you're building the foundation of true inner peace. And to live like this, you need a compass, a set of personal rules that keep you grounded in a chaotic world. For example, never apologize for protecting your boundaries. Don't explain yourself to those who twist your words. Don't invest your emotions in people who only take and never let anyone make you doubt your worth. Because once you develop emotional self-control, you stop needing approval. You stop chasing. You stop explaining. You stop proving, the right people stay. The wrong ones walk away, and you let them. That's when you finally begin to live with a calm no one can steal. To sum it up, kindness isn't something you hand out to everyone. It must be offered with wisdom, not weakness. Be generous to those who deserve it, and wise enough to walk away from those who don't. Thank you for watching. If you found today's video helpful and thought-provoking, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Stay strong, stay clear, stay grounded.